Hey everybody, I apologize for that. I had a very important phone call to take, so I went ahead and took that. But as I was saying, a talent is something that is learned, and a lot of times people don't understand the seriousness of a talent and how, or even the difference between a gift and a talent. Now, like I mentioned before, a talent, a gift is something that you're innately gifted with or you have naturally. It's something that you do without trying. Like hands down, is something you do without trying. And so with a gift, gifts are used, or we have gifts to actually do God's will. That's the best way I can describe it. Now, if I had to break it down any other way that for somebody else to get it, it's something we're meant to do on earth. It's like our purpose, is our divine path that we're on. And these particular gifts, they're used to reach certain type of people or certain mindsets of people. They really are. And like I mentioned in the first video it was about I was speaking on my natural ability to write, and I have a gift with words. And see, the thing is with gifts, it's a struggle sometimes. Even when I was younger, I used to I used to write a lot, and I literally can like I would have a little notebook, something like this, you know, this is my little, but it's always something like this. And I always had a pen and paper somewhere. And I had like a little backpack with me where I could always draw or doodle or something like that. And I always did something of that nature, creative. Like I always used my creativity when I was younger, and I still use it now. I just use it in different ways. But writing is one of my gifts. It really is. And one of the things that I have learned over the years is that God will give you these gifts to amplify Him, His kingdom, and those around you. Now, one of the things that I've learned about gifts is that sometimes we're not using them the way we need to. And that's the reason why we don't go as far as we could, because we're not using in the circle of people that we're supposed to be in, or we're not in the place where we're supposed to be. So when it comes down to just basic gifts, I have to tell you, gifts is definitely something that we should actually look into. And it's actually an app you can actually check out what your natural gifts are. And so once you know what your gifts are, then you have an idea what you're here for. It's like you have a purpose, you have a reason to live. So if you are going through certain things, or this and that, da da da, then you have that, like the roadmap. A talent is something that's man-made. It's something that you're taught. Now, a talent is not less than a gift. A talent is probably, in a way, it could be a tool for your path, because even though you're not gifted in that area, it may allow you to reach a different brand or different type of people that maybe with that gift you probably wasn't. It may actually allow you to have more flexibility or versatility in your path. So talents, they're here. Like some people, they have to go to school to learn how to dance. Some people naturally dance. And even with people with talent, some people with these talents, they eventually turn into what will be considered as a gift. And it's not really a gift, but it's really a talent. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I mentioned, a gift is something you're naturally born with. A talent is something that you're taught. But whether it's taught or whether it's God given, it still is just as important. So I want to break that down really, really quickly so we can know the difference between a gift versus a talent. Okay. Now I want to get on to the really I want to get to the very educational part of it, and I want to get to that level of it with y'all. If you give me a chance to do that, and give me a chance, just give me a second, really quick. Oh my God. All right. I know I may have a little, you know, little issues here or there with my daughter's wanting to talk. So let me put this in. Give me a sec. And I hope you can hear me. Okay. I hope that Mike and Urban come back, but they don't. It's fine. So now that I've broken down gifts and talents, I want to speak on, what, another one of my another gift that's given. And to even further talk about gifts, I want to really tell you it's natural gifts and it's spiritual gifts. Okay? Natural gifts is something that people can naturally see with the physical eye. Spiritual gifts, they're things that are used for the spiritual side of things. Some people have the gift of discernment. Some people have the gift of, you know, being able to pick up people's energy. That's similar. Some people have the gift of prophecy. Some people have the gift to read energies, and they can, people can actually, it's a spiritual gift that's not really accepted. What is it? It's a gift to regulate energy, or to it's something with energy that they can do. But I'm sure to come back to me. But it's people who can see in the future. It's people who can, I mean, get in contact with your ancestors. It's people who can really do a lot of spiritual things that's not really deemed holy in the church. And these spiritual gifts are not really put on a pedestal. I don't know why. It's just not put on a pedestal. And certain spiritual gifts that we hide them on a rock because we're afraid that they are not really being amplified, or we're afraid that they're not being put in the forefront as this is a spiritual gift. And one of the spiritual gifts that I believe that is kind of put on the back burner at times, that's an actual spiritual gift, is an empath. And an empath is someone who can feel, see, and they can sense things beyond this realm. And an empath is someone who can touch a photo, and they can feel the energy of the person in that photo even though they never met them. And an empath also, they can touch a person, and sometimes it's through touch, or it's different levels of empaths. And sometimes through touch, they can touch someone and they can see their future. They can see what they're going through. They can tell what what needs to be worked on. And even they have something of called a Reiki healer. A Reiki healer is an energy healer. So for those people that may be into the spirituality and whatnot, we all have chakras. We have energy. We everything is energy plus us. So with our, and this message may not be for everybody, but we do have energy in us, and we are energy, and everything is connected. Everything is energy, and since everything is energy, it's like we are in a headspace where in our bodies we have energy, and it's called chakras. And chakras are energy centers within us, and these different energies have different levels, different things like willpower, the way we see our perspective, our heart, how we feel, how we, how grounded are we, like when you look into chakras. I don't want to go too deep into chakras, but I'm just saying just the basic chakras, they're energy fields. And we have, well, seven basic ones. We have more than seven, but for the ones that know about the seven ones, or maybe have heard of the seven ones, we actually we actually have to balance them and keep them where they need to be. Now, with chakras or energy overall, we sometimes may be a little off in our perspective. We may have this particular, we may have been hurt. So we feel with our hearts. So if our feelings are out of touch, or if our feelings are not where they need to be, then 9 times out of 10, our, it's like our emotions will be out of whack, or it will be chaotic. And it's going to be external things to happen. Well, it's going to be internal things happening that's going to reflect into the external. And you're going to see those things happening as you tune in and learn more of yourself spiritually. Because we are spirits in a physical body. So when it comes down to energy, if our energy is out of whack, or if someone have bad vibes, or whatever you may call it, these bad vibes may be that something's out of place in their lives. So when it comes to an empath, the empath can easily sense the energy of someone, or someone's aura, or someone's essence, or how, or whatever's going on in somebody's body. That's like a Reiki healer. A Reiki healer can literally go in and fix, like a doctor. They can go in and kind of place the energy where it should be, and they can move the energy around until where to where it needs to be. And there are many spiritual healers, and even some people with this particular ability, they may not be aware that they are a Reiki healer, that they can do that. Some people become doctors and do this. And so when it comes to spiritual, like, gifts and talents, or this that particular spiritual gift, since I'm on it, some people go on to be artists, like musicians. Some people go on to paint. Some people have natural abilities with their hands. So when it comes down to gifts, we have to be aware of those things that's natural for us. Those things that we may be out of touch with, things we probably would things we probably would have been doing in our childhood. Some people used to draw when they were little, but they outgrew it, and they still have a love for it, and it's still a natural attack for it. If they pick up a pencil and a paper, start drawing, they can do incredible things. That's a gift. But so many of us were sleeping on our gifts. We're sitting down on our gifts, and why am I talking about gifts? Why am I talking about empath? Why am I talking about all of this? Well, it's because we're looking for a way to make money. We're looking for a way to create a lifestyle that is healthy for us. But the thing about it is this: with certain lifestyles, it would require you to be on your divine path. It will require you to be that, just that. It would require that. So the thing is, when it comes to spiritual gifts, whatever they are, or whatever gift you have, if you want to make more money, operate in the gift that you have instead of the things that you feel like you should be doing. And I think this is something that's a big struggle for a lot of us, because we may have spiritual gifts in reading tarot, even though that's not something that's amplified. That's not something. But reading tarot is just the afterthought. But it's literally you being able to read energy. People that's actually able to read energy, they can work in many different areas. So that's just something. That's just a nugget I want to put out there concerning gifts. And since we are spiritual beings in this physical body, that we will have certain things in us that we don't understand if we're not spiritually tapped in. You don't have to be a part of some kind of synagogue, or read this particular or book, or be a part of this particular ministry, whatnot. Just be who you are. And we do have things inside of us that are what they are. Now that I've mentioned what 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 is what is a spiritual gift and all that, I really want to dive deep into an empath. An empath, they can read energy. They can read, they can see things, they can feel things. I know I have a natural ability to see and feel things that's past, present, or future with anyone just by touching a photo. I just by touch, I can touch your hand. Whatever. It's just by touch and sight for me. I can see what you're going through. I can literally feel what you're going through. And for me, that's a real struggle. That's a huge struggle for me. Why? Because when it comes to being an empath and being able to feel and see and be present with everyone, it's a certain level there that some people don't really understand. Being an empath, it means you take on people's energies, other people's problems. You try to fix them, and you become a fixer, or what some would call or deem as a healer. Maybe it's a better terminology I can use for it. Help me out. But I try to heal people, and see that's the thing with the path of with the path or the struggle of a empath or a healer. A healer literally needs to do a couple of things before healing someone else. First off, a healer needs to know thyself and know how to heal yourself. A lot of times, when someone is a healer, they've been through a lot of trauma, they've been through a lot of things. And it's like those things have brought out a lot of different traumas and PTSDs and all that. And when you've been through a lot at times in life, because it don't mean necessarily you're a healer, but if you're in tune enough and God shows you that you are a healer, you may have been through some things. But the healers that I've met, even myself, we've been through a lot from hood, like a lot. Enough where they will make people put you in a mental institution. And thank God I'm not. But I'm just saying for those people that's been through a lot. And so when it comes to a healer or an empath, they can feel and see, and they can sense things beyond the natural. And they can pick up things that can't really be explained. And they can see, feel, and all that. So you get an idea what an empath is. The struggle part of it is the healing part, because you're trying to fix somebody else, or you're trying to heal somebody else, or you're trying to reorder or reorganize somebody else's energy, like in Reiki healer. Well, what a Reiki healer would do, and you're trying to do that with other people. And even this, some empaths, depending on what type of empath they are, how strong it is, or whether or not they're developed in their gift, they tend to, I don't know how to say it, they tend to heal through other people. See, some empaths avoid their own healing, and some of empaths may feel like, oh, okay, well, I've healed them, so I'm healed. In a way, you are indirectly healing yourself through others, and I think that's something that naturally happens with me. Indirectly, you're healing yourself through healing others. However, that's still not healing. That's simply, not dealing with your unresolved traumas. And this message may not be for everyone. This may not be everybody's cup of tea, or whatever. This may not be it for you, but this message is for somebody, and I'm going to give it how God gives it to give it to me to give it to you. Let me slow down because my words are running over. So when it comes to healing yourself, you have to know thyself. You have to know who you really are and accept who you really are. You have to accept everything you've been through, and you have to love every bit of it, and allow it to be almost like a map. When you add more things to your map, you're actually able to have more points to go to, and more points to go to for reference. And it's like you're going to make less mistakes because you've been through those different things already. And those different things that we've been through, they've taught us certain lessons. And those lessons, we can apply them in our own lives. And we can also use them to heal others as well as ourselves. Because if you've been through a situation where you were too trusting, and maybe you have a big heart like me, and if you do, then it's almost like you are in this headspace of always trying to, be there for other people. You're over giving, and you're just open, like you're just open. But when it comes down to true, like true healing, when it comes down to true healing, you have to be aware of the energy you're putting out when it comes to other people. Because some people, they will only hang out with you, or they will only be around you for the simple reason of, they won't be with you for the simple reason of, hey, I am getting this from you. And so a lot of empaths may draw narcissists. They may draw people who wants to manipulate them and gaslight them. And they may draw in people who really don't care. People who wants to heal through them. They may draw in users. And a lot of healers, they are the rock to people. And they are the strong people. They are the people that people go to for strength all the time. And you may be an empath if someone is always going to you, if you're always giving knowledge, if you're always giving encouragement, if you're always giving out your energy, if you're always just yielding yourself. And the thing is, it's a couple of struggles, like I mentioned, like healing through others indirectly, in you thinking you're healed because of that, and you're not. And also really going deep within and tuning in and healing self first before you're trying to heal others. And then like the example I just gave, and also being a subject of emotional abuse or some other type of abuse, on this attracting users and people who wants to manipulate you and use your energy for healing. You will find that in your romantic relationships, in your families, and you'll find it in your friendships and all your relationships. And I've struggled with that. I'm like, why am I attracting these type of people? It's because of the healing energy within you, and it's the light within you. It's like this light that's emanating on this shirt in my face, and even my skin right now. It's an inner light that they see. And so when people are in darkness, they are attracted to light. It's like if you are in a dark room and you see a lighter somewhere, you're going to try to find that light. You're not going to, like, people that's in darkness, people that's hurting, people that's in pain, they're not seeking out further darkness. They're seeking out light. So healers or empaths are just like the light workers. We are the light to people darkness, and we make people feel better about themselves. We encourage them. We are motivational speakers for them. We are the sun to them, and the sun or the moon. But that's a whole nother that's a whole other thing. But you are the sun to people. You are. You are. You're the light. You shine even though you're not trying to shine. And even for those type of empaths or healers, and the people that are rocks to people, those people don't really get a chance to heal like that, or like they really need to. And one of the things I found out about the rocks and the people that's really strong for everybody else is that there's no one to be strong for them. I had a conversation with my significant other last night about this. He was like, who do the strong go to when they're weak? And so, yeah, yeah. Thanksgiving is a hard time for me, so I may cook a little something. I may cook a little something. I may cook a little vegan spaghetti and some dressing, and a roll or two. I'm not gonna do big. I may not even post the photo. I just want to just be in good spirits with Thanksgiving. But anyways, oh yeah, back to healing. Let me not get off subject. But it's good to see you, Mike. Thank you for coming back. But I don't know if you the rock, if you are the rock, Mike, if I can call you Mike or Michael, but I don't know if you are the rock of you or you have someone that you can always lean on. See, I'm speaking about healing. And healers are not like they're the protectors. They are the ones that's always there to be there and encourage and always be the light in the darkness for somebody. But whenever you're going through a darkness, where are they? And as of recent, really, I really just really been in a really, I don't know, funky mood. That's the best way I can say it. And I've just been down and I've been a little melancholy, not sad, but melancholy. I just been in my head about my mom and right. I got you, Mike. And I've been a little melancholy about my mom. And so for Thanksgiving, it's always a bittersweet for me, bittersweet thing for me. So I'm like, I'm not going to be around people. I'm not going to do this. And for those people that know my journey, I used to drink. And it's been 3 years. And I can say yesterday I had a meltdown. And I was like, I physically had to taste the alcohol in my mouth yesterday. And I was like, why do I have to taste alcohol in my mouth after 3 years? And it's like I had to really pray it through and really like get through it for me not to go and get a couple drinks because I'm like, I really want to take this pain away. I miss my mother. And I can hear her say, well, don't allow me to cause you to not move forward and live your best life and to stray away from what is good and healthy for you. If I'm paraphrasing, I can hear her say that in my spirit, and that really gave me the encouragement I needed, and I do miss her very much. But I I had a real moment. I had a real moment, you know, with that, and I was like, man, and I'm like, here I am, always a rock to other people. Here I am, always a strength to other people. However, when it's time for me to be weak, who can I be weak to? Who can I cry to? Who can I vent to? And I have people around me. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, like, really, really. I mean, in my true intimate space, in my home, and when I have when I have nothing, when my children, when I'm just wacky that day, when I'm angry, I'm upset, or if I'm just not myself, who will be there to love me despite all that? Who will be there to be like, okay, Shay, I understand this thing is going on. I understand you're not in the best headspace. It's a certain level of unconditional love and support there, and even emotional support when someone can understand and be there for you, even if you're not there for them. I'm gonna say that again. It's a different level of support or emotional support when someone can be there for you and you're not being there for them. If you're always the rock, if you're always encouraging, if you're always the one that's sitting here and doing that, then if you're always that, like, who can say, oh, that's not like so and so, so and so. That's not like Mike. That's not like whoever see this. That's not like Urban. That's not like Sophia. That's not like whoever. And yeah, I'm back. I had a phone call, so I had to take that. But most definitely, a lot of times people pin on certain people to be the pillar or the rock for them, but who will be there for the strong people? And the thing is, when you are a healer and when you are someone who is a light to people, who's a support to people, people really only use you to heal themselves. And that's in relationships. I've seen it in family, my family members. I've seen it in people around me. And because when you have a natural healing energy around you, it's like, it's almost like people, they gravitate towards you because you have that something about you, right? It's something about you. It's something so gravitating towards you. And then when you're friendly, you're kind, and you're caring, and when you give your all to people without them having to prove themselves first, it's like you're just that type of person, and you're the rock for that person. But if you are down, if you are out of character, if you're cussing people out, if you're angry, whatever you may be at that moment or in that particular moment, It's like people don't really understand. I don't know who this person is. And it's like for those people that are real rocks or real healers, you it's an inner struggle. Like like who is there for the strong people? Who is there? And when I'm going through these different stages, when I'm going through this with my mom, when I'm dealing with that, and I'm dealing with, having a urge to go drink, even though I've been 3 years sober, who can I go to call? Who can I go to when I'm crying my eyes out? Who can I go to if I'm feeling this way? Who can I go to? Nobody. And that's sad. It's a sad truth. And I make these videos. I'm just motivational speaker, all that. But who can I go to motivate me? Huh? Nobody. Do I have people that's close to my circle who's there? Yes. But let's be honest. On my crazy days, like if I don't check on someone first, a lot of people don't check on me. They don't check on me like, hey, how you doing? And I think sometimes people need to do that. People need to check on people and see how people doing. And I promise you, people are so selfish, and they just think it's about them. And have you ever went someone like, hey, I didn't really talk to you. Are you busy now? Then you start talking about your problems. Yeah, me too. Yeah, me too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And it's all about them. Like you are going to them for help, but you end up helping them. Well, I'm having this relationship issue. You're going through a relationship issue yourself. You going to ask them for help. Then you start talking about your problems. Well, I can't help you, but I got this issue right here. And that empath and that healer start coming out, and you start helping them. And ultimately you leave empty with no problem solved. So, I mean, that's a true struggle of a healer. And a healer is someone that's gifted, you have this innate first nature to help people. You want to serve them, you want to be there for them in any way. You would do anything for people. You have a heart of gold. And sometimes healers don't have to be this soft-spoken, look all light type of people. They can be these rough around the edges type of people. They can be, you know what I mean? They can have, it's not a certain demeanor of a healer. You're a healer if you are here to fix, and you're able to actually solve problems. And I really like healers are fixers. They're like the spiritual doctors in a way. And we sit back and we healing, we see you going through this. We want to be that comfort. We want to be whatever it is. And there's different ways people can heal. People can heal through music. Like musicians can be healers. Doctors can be healers. People who play instruments can be healers. Dancers can be healers. See, and then even with this podcast, speakers can be healers because see, words are healing. It's different ways that people can really that people can be natural healers. That I think that sometimes people don't understand what a healer is. A healer is a literally spiritual doctor. They're here. They can pick up on people's energy. They can pick up when something's off with somebody. They are the rocks. They are the people that people always come to go to for problems. They are the fixers of this world. They really are. And I think that ultimately that's our goal. We're here to heal someone in some type of way, and maybe in some type of way we're all healers. Maybe we're all healers in our own right. And I think that sometimes we miss the mark on what that is. I wish that I could just go and just, when I'm feeling like crappy, I wish I can go to so and so, so and so, so and so. I have a prayer partner. I have people I can go to, like, oh yeah, I'm having a crappy day today. They give me words of encouragement. Yeah, they will fill my cup in a way. I'm not saying I don't have people there. I'm not saying I don't reach out to people. I do. It's just that it's very seldom that I have people that's actually checking on me. Hey, how you doing today? How is your mental? How is your mental? Like, how are you doing today? And so being a rock for so many people, it's like people always expect me to be this strong force of nature. But when I'm weak, where are they? And when I come to you like, hey, I need a hug today, you know. And so healers are like those rocks. Those rocks of people, those strong people. And it's hard being strong all the time. If you're holding a muscle all the time, eventually your arm gonna get weak. Eventually. If you hold anything for a long time, it's gonna get weak. And it was this study on YouTube, this professor, and just to make the practical for you, just say a bottle of water, just a basic bottle of water. He called for any students to hold this bottle of water. It's like, hold this bottle of water. That student was like, yeah. And that student hold that bottle of water. And 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, hours. Eventually, their bottle of water, same weight, began to get heavy. Because if you have to do something and you know, and even if it's with this one particular hand, if you're the only one doing it, it gets heavy. And we are meant to be there for one another. We're humans, we're not robots. We have feelings, and things are what they are. During this season of life, there are so many people going through deaths in their family, natural causes, and all. I have seen on Facebook, on social media, in my own life, people I know very closely, people that's dropping off and leaving here. And here we are, we have to mourn and grieve. And we're grieving people 25 months, a year, however long it's been. Maybe it's recent, maybe it's yesterday. Maybe someone grieving someone today because they lost someone today. I'm gonna tell you something, and I don't want to be too long. My dad was in the hospital because he had a heart attack. Now, for me, and I'm trying not to cry on this. If I do, please excuse me. But my mom died on Thanksgiving. Now, I'm grateful my dad is home now, safe, and our family members we went and visited him and everything. But my dad was in the hospital around Thanksgiving. I think like I think it's been a couple days he been home, but like I would say like within 5 or 7 days. So I cried and I thought I lost my father because I'm like, if I lose my dad before Thanksgiving and I lost my mother on Thanksgiving, I'm not gonna survive. I'm just gonna be out of here. I'm like, forget this. And I was in a headspace where I just wasn't myself. I shut down and I just really didn't want to be around a lot of people. And believe it or not, I am a bit of a loner. So very few people are in my space. Other my daughters, my spouse, and my mentor and my family members, very few people know what's really going on in my life, really, unless I post it on social media. I don't post everything on social media, believe it or not. Because you shouldn't. But I definitely posted my dad, and my dad, seeing him like that, I got a chance to spend a couple hours with him. I could have went days later, but I was like, no, I can't go. So my aunt would go. And I just made excuses to not go back up to the hospital because I could not stand to see my dad in that condition. And so when he got back, I hugged him. I didn't want to let him go. I spent time with him yesterday after I had that little urge because my dad is recovering. I call it, it runs in my family. So my dad gave me the encouragement I needed to keep moving forward. He was like, that's just the devil. You don't have urges. You keep moving forward in your journey and being sober. I'm like, okay, thank you, daddy. And he gave me that daddy verse or the daddy knowledge. He's the reason why we have a Shades Heart to Heart because my dad taught me how to, he's such a sage person. He's such a wise person. He's always giving words of wisdom somewhere, even when he's not trying to. I'm like, really, daddy? I want to hear this right now. But I am most definitely in a headspace of mourning a lot of things. My old self is dying away, and that independent woman is like shredding skin, and I'm really becoming more vulnerable with the people that's around me. And I'm letting them know, hey, I'm not okay. It's okay not to be okay. I'm like, today I'm not okay. Today I feel like just punching somebody. Today I feel upset. I'm mad. I'm pissed off. My mom isn't here. You know, I'm pissed off right now. And so my significant other, he reminded me, he's like, hey, you know, this be a mother to those girls. It's be they need that part of you that you want, like what you want from your mother, they need from you. And that really encouraged me to keep moving forward. And I thank God for a partner that's there and supportive. And I can be supportive to him going through the things he's going through because he lost his mother. So I'm grateful to have someone to understand that on that level. So I'm grateful for having that support. You know, it's not easy, going through this and pretending like you're all rainbows and sunshine every day. I will have to be medicated. If someone expects me to be like that all the time, I will have to be heavily medicated on some or on something. If someone is always like that, like 24/7, if you know them well enough, if they don't have any other mood, something is off. Okay, I'm just saying. But I'm still talking about healers. I'm just speaking about my own journey and like things I go through. And it's a real struggle to be a healer. It's a real struggle to be light in the darkness. It's a real struggle to be an empath because I feel people's energy. I feel what they're going through. I see the good and bad in the in betweens. I see the things that God wants me to see. And so that's the reason why I do what I do concerning the podcast or even motivating others because I recognize we need hope. We need hope. We need to know that we are loved. We need to know that. And I make sure I give that to myself first. I'm selfish enough. That's not selfish. Selfless enough. I use the wrong word because it's not selfish to give back to yourself, but selfless. I'm selfless enough. I'm selfless enough to know that I need to pour into me first. I can't pour from an empty cup. And so that's another struggle from this of a healer. You pour from an empty cup and you're not. If you're not okay, you're not okay. It's okay not to answer the phone. It's okay not to go to the event. And even if you don't want to go hang out with your family members tomorrow, don't stay home. Do whatever you want to do. Go to a park. If the weather permits, do whatever you want to do. Go watch a movie by yourself. Like, give yourself that permission. Do what you need to do to make you happy. And that's the secret of it all. You don't have to conform. You don't have to be that. You don't have to be what somebody else wants you to be because you're always that person. It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel pissed off. It's okay not to be yourself. But just know and be aware of what you do and the consequences, of course. Don't go do anything crazy. Like punch somebody or put a gun on somebody. People do really crazy things when they are upset, when they are in not themselves or not in their headspace. And I'm grateful to God to just be in my strength because I promise you, many days I cry. I'm a big crybaby, okay? I'm not this strong woman, independent woman people think I am. No, I'm a big teddy bear. I cry all the time. And I'm sensitive and I take things personal sometimes. And I'm a little petty. So God is still working on me, okay? But I can say this much. Despite all that, the old Shay is shredding. So, I mean, who knows what the new Shay is going to bring forth? But I just want to speak to those healers because that's what a healer is. And if you don't think you're a healer, you are a healer. And I promise you, and if you are rock to other people, if you are that to people, then yes, it's so true. Now, what is the path of a healer? That's the whole point. What are we going to end? Like, where are we going with this thing? The path of a healer is to heal the world. And the world don't mean like everybody. It can be one person at a time. It can be the person that's closest to you. And we can heal through our words, which is what I do naturally. I've always been encouraging people, like since I've been young. I'm like, oh yeah, this positive ray of light my entire life. I really have been. And I always thought someone's wrong with me because I was like that. People like, what's wrong with you? Are you on drugs or something? Why are you so happy all the time? Even now, like with my neighborhood, people think I'm doing something. I'm like, no, this is who I am. You really most of my days. This is how I am. Now, if you catch me on a not so good day, I may not be this way. So you don't know what you're gonna get. But for the most part, it's something that's natural for me. Some people are good with words, good writers, speakers. You like even the best speakers, they're so good with that. They know how to talk to people. They're really good with people. And I'm grateful for this gift. But in turn, I'm telling you, I'm a true introvert. I really know I don't like people like that every day. I like you, but I don't want to hang out with you every day. So that's just the truth about me that some people don't understand. Yes, I'm an extrovert personality wise, but internally, like who I really am, I'm a book nerd and I'm just gonna watch Netflix and eat by myself and I don't want anybody around type of person. But outside of that, I decided to come out my little shell today while I'm here. But outside of this, that particular gift, we some people can naturally dance. Like think about music. Alchemy is taking something negative and making it positive. Like literally, think about all the artists and think about the music and the words they use. Don't you know that that's a way of healing as well? Because music is healing. When we get upset, when we get mad, or whatever, we listen to music. Music is also a way of healing the world. So some of the best artists are natural healers. They are. Or maybe it's a talent, don't know. But it may not be a gift. Yes, yes, I can. I can pick up on people's energy when they are healers. And some people, they have natural healing abilities, but they don't know yet. And it's crazy because some people think, oh, well, I'm really good at singing. Why are you really good at singing? You think that's just a gift that's given to you? And the issue with gifts are this: some people don't give God the glory God deserves. And God, you don't have to say God, you can say whatever you want to say. But the gift was given to you by somebody higher than yourself. So the gift is meant to be glorified through some filter. So one of the things I've learned is to give back the glory to God, which gave me the gift. And the more glory I give to God for the gift, the more God placed me in places that I can't imagine. God placed me in rooms where I'm not supposed to be. So I'm grateful for those opportunities, but definitely that gift of picking up on healers, or picking up on empaths, or picking up on people being able to read energy and all that. Yeah, that's a real gift. Picking up on people who can read auras, those are real gifts. And I think that, or I've seen that in the church that's not accepted. And I don't know why. Because we're spiritual beings. Or in certain religions, it's not accepted because it's a certain way that things should be done. And that's something I've struggled with a great deal in my life. I'm like, being able to have natural gifts or certain things, I'm like, why is this not taught? But it's just one of those things where, yeah. And that's a good question. That's a good question. Very good. Because people need to know that you are a healer. People heal through music, words, dance. Do you know how powerful dance is? The first thing that, when you look at movement, you look at certain natural inclinations we have, or certain first nature things we have. The first thing the doctor said when we got out of the womb was, "Can we breathe?" Don't you know that breathing is a natural gift? That's a gift that's given by God alone. God is the only one who can take our breath away. So first is breath. Second is movement. Don't you know that dancing is a actual gift? Being able to move in a certain way. Movement, it can move the energy around in our bodies, or it even influence a whole room or anything. Have you ever just watched a dancer and you just intrigued by their movements? It's because it's something inside of them that is touching inside of you some type of way. So movement, so like being a dancer, you don't have to be a good dancer. You can do a good two-step, but just being able to move or dance is a natural gift that can actually heal people. Your voice. People have different voices. Some people's voice is more powerful than others. I mean, some people can write songs. Some people are, I mean, some people have a certain functions in their brains and way it works. Like my oldest daughter, she was diagnosed autism. I don't care what the doctor say. This little girl was gifted to think in such a way that I believe could heal the world because the way she thinks is so, there's so many layers to it. I'm like, wow. And she's 10. I mean, she's 11. But people will say, oh, this child have ADHD, this child have autism, this child. I'm not saying those things are not true. I'm saying maybe that's what they call it. But maybe that's not what God called it. That's not what its natural name is. That's what I mean. But children being able to move and have energy and do all this and move around, it's the reason why you're that way, you know. And it's a natural gift. And I believe my daughter, my oldest daughter specifically, have that natural gift of seeing things or being able to solve problems and being able to tweak things and put things in place that us normal humans cannot do. Even though she's human and all, but you know, I really do believe that she is gifted in so many areas. And my youngest daughter, oh my gosh, the way she dances, the way she's just so, I don't know, she's a natural dancer. And so, and that's not something that she have never been to class. All I have to do is turn on some music, and her movements, they bring joy to me. And so it's just so many things that we can do. Our thinking can be a gift. The way we think, the way we're able to put things together. How some people can put together these little scientific puzzles and figure out formulas. And I promise you, if we cultivate those gifts that's within us, and even those talents that we learn, we can actually make it. And you will see a whole new version of yourself. And healers are needed. We're all healers in some way. The way we think, the way we solve problems, the way we fix things, how we are supportive to others. Some people are able to do great and awesome things, but we put it on a rock because it's not accepted. So today I challenge you to accept your gifts, even the talents. Because if you watch the other video, because I had to abruptly get off, a gift is something that's first nature. It's something that you do without trying. It's something that you're born with. It's something that you do without even having to do. You're just doing it. And you're like, people like, did you know you're doing it? No, no, no. You know, some people are natural therapists. They naturally can tap into someone's thought process. They can break down people's brains and all this and mindsets. You don't have to go to school for that. Some people, they naturally have it. Some people are actually able to understand the brain and how it works and operates and characters and behaviors in people. Yeah, school will amplify that gift. It will actually help you be more flexible, put you in rooms or more. And with that education, it allows you to have more depth and understanding of what it is. It can help you just really amplify that gift. Yes. So it's nothing wrong with school. Like, yeah, you can learn that because even being a hairstylist, I'm a natural hairstylist. I've been doing hair since whenever. It's something that I've always loved doing. I've always been intrigued with hair. Like even my hair is look girl, I used to always try to do it. And it wasn't something that my parents told me. It's just something I just always had. And it's just I'm great with my hands. My hands are those natural gifts. So anything that the hands can produce, it can be writing, drawing, writing, drawing, hair, anything. I have a natural talent with my hand. Oh, I said talent. I have a natural gift with my hand. So anything I do with my hands is always something great. It's always something awesome. I can write, draw, write, do poetry. I mean, I can sculpt like literally clay. I can sculpt clay. And I'm still learning about those things, but I don't know, what are your natural gifts? What are your natural inclinations? What's first nature to you? Like, what are those things in you that you just kind of had in childhood, you probably gave up, and you still can do you still good at it, but life is too busy, you're working, you have a family. Some people just trying to figure out life. Maybe you're adulting. What is your gift? Because it's so many things that's natural to you, so many things you gravitate towards. Like, what are your gifts? What type of healer are you? Are you a rock to others? I mean, do you feel like you have this support from others? If you don't, I understand completely. But really, I just wholeheartedly, the path of a healer is to heal the whole world some type of way. So how are you using your gifts? Are you sitting on them? Just like Urban. I believe Urban is really gifted in the mind. The way he breaks things down, the way he's actually able to simplify things. Simplicity is, I believe, could be a gift for him, because I'm like, dang, the way he just simplified that and broke that down and said that. I've never heard it said that way, or explained that way. And in my analytical mind, I'm actually able to understand him. So I'm a big, 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 you know, I'm a big, big fan of yours. I'm like, wow, how is he able to do that? Shout out to the House of Urban Lounge podcast. And so, I just, some people are naturally gifted in certain areas. You know what I mean? I'm still learning about you, Mike. Anybody else that's watching, anybody else that view this or want to view this, still learning. Like, from a distance. But just know that we are all gifted in something, but are you using it for the good though? And I think for the good, it don't mean necessarily something positive. It don't mean you over here building houses for the poor. It's like, are you helping other people? Are you using it, or are you just using it to help yourself? Gifts are not just for us, it's for other people. So are you using the gift, those gifts, or even those talents of things you've learned along the way? That's like, some people can fix air conditioners. That's a talent. You're not born learning how to fix air conditioners. I have yet to fix somebody, or someone who's just born and knowing how to fix cars. See, those different trades that we pick up, those are talents. Those talents also are just as well, just as valued as gifts. Gifts and talents go together. So I promise you right now, shoot, I need a mechanic. Shoot, I need somebody to come and help me fix this. So it's, right. But yes, I think, yeah. And so, right, I think some people, they may get upset because of the major fact that you people like to complicate things. I'm one of those people. I know sometimes frustrate me listening to you like, oh, why he made that so simple? I want to make this thing like all drawn out. He made it so simple. But yeah, we all have gifts and trades and talents. And we need to know what God wants us to be. And you don't have to believe in God. You can be a complete atheist. God believes in you. What now you want to call God God? It's a reason why you have these different things. Are you using them for good? Are you using them to gossip? Are you using them to bring down people? Are you using them to drag somebody's name through the dirt? You know, and see, we can squander these gifts. And what happens is this, and I'm going to say this and be done with this, because I can do a whole 3-hour segment, 3-hour live on this. People that waste their gifts and talents, they end up losing them over time. And when let's say they have children or grandchildren, they it's passed on through the blood or through the genetics. And this, like I said, this is a deeper message, but it's passed on. So that's the reason why you would see some people in the family like, oh yeah, I used to know how to draw, but then like their grandchild have their own little website, and they're drawing and grafting. I forgot what is it called. grafting something, it's something where you can, you can create things. I know what it's called, but it'll come to me. Help me out. It's called something with grafting. It's like what you can make, put, you can create images and learn how to code and things like that. But I know what it is, but help me out if I don't know what it is. They just put it in the chat. But people have those different gifts and talents. And so I believe God wants us to use our gifts and talents for the good. God wants us to help people. And if we're not helping people, then we just living for ourselves. You think all these great things we have, having a car, having a house. Oh yeah, graphic design. Thank you. Graphic design. Graphic design is actually, thank you, Urban. Graphic design. And I saw you. I saw your comment. Yeah. And see, we need to help people. Like when we help people, we helping ourselves. And I believe God is calling us to help people. Like you just didn't get that car just to drive around just for yourself. Help somebody else out. How many times have we not had a vehicle and somebody to pick us up? Or we don't have a house or apartment just for ourselves. We may need to house somebody. I'm not saying go just get a homeless person. I'm just saying be led. They're saying it's just different things. Like everything we have is to help others. Our brains and the way we think, it's supposed to be used towards something to help make somebody else's life just a little more simpler or easier. See, God, the way God do things is so out of this world. We can't comprehend why. But if we're not doing that, it's going to be passed down to our future generations. And whatever I wasted, it's definitely my children. I promise you. I wish I would have taken up more drawing classes or something. Tell me why my children can draw. I can still draw and paint. You get what I'm saying? I'm getting to that level. But them, it's like they make me step my game up because it runs in the family. And my mom used to draw a lot, but she stopped. And those little things we stop doing as children sometimes are things we pick back up as hobbies, and they can eventually become our business and bring in revenue, and we become entrepreneurs off that. But that was just really, I think that's the gist of gifts and talents and being a healer. Because the path of a healer, we are supposed to influence the whole world. Have you ever seen a piece of art and that piece of art influence you to change your life? Or just an artist, their music changed your life? And hopefully, even with this podcast that God is giving me the platform to be on, I'm hoping it's changing people's lives as well. Not just because, see, what I want to do in the near future, even coming up 2023, is to actually, and I said I'm going to do it, but then it's so many ideas and so many segments come to my mind, and I may just do it on here instead of there, or just do it on there and come back and with the afterthought of that, of whatever the segment was, and come on here and talk about it, just to for you see, so you can have my face with it. I don't know, but I actually have the Anchor app, and you can go listen to me. But I may have to do more videos like this to speak on those things physically, and I think that may actually help me, you know, get more revenue and more sponsorships and things like that. So in the near future, I'm looking to do something like that and to really pour into YouTube more other than just Anchor. Because I have over 100 and something segments on that particular app, which I'm going to put down here. So check it out. I'm on season 11, by the way. So just definitely thank you for following the podcast. I'm going to put it, you know, I'm going to put it down here. So, and you can check it out. If I haven't posted anything, I believe, yeah, you should be able to go to it. But outside of that, 3 3 is definitely a number of balance. So thank God for giving me this balance in this outlet. But I spoke on some things today that was very hard to talk about. talking about my mom and talking about some things that was been going on. It's been hard, but still making it because I do have some ride or dies in my life, and I am more open, and I'm not allowing that. I don't know, me being that true introvert in me. Sometimes I shut everybody out. So I'm learning to open up to people, let them know what's going on, and when I do, I get that support. So if I'm not on here as much, then check up on me, see how I'm doing. And you don't have to this do. Thank you for your support. Thank you for checking on Mike. Mike. But Urban, continue making great content. I love your content. I do catch up on when I can. But anyways, my daughter, she was finishing schoolwork or something. These are miracles. See, I have hard times doing videos when they're talking to me or busy or in the bathroom or something like that. But we are here. And I want to show y'all something. And I want to do a shout out my friend. She sells glasses, bowls, and different accessories. Tell me why she gave me these, y'all. You like these? Mhm. She actually, I want some flip up glasses. So, oh, I actually, I actually did StreamYard, but I think I didn't like it because I had to pay, I guess. So I just got off of StreamYard and inviting more people. So maybe I have to get back to StreamYard. Maybe I have to get back to StreamYard. But But yeah, these are nice, right? And imagine they had like a flip up, right? She, these like my favorite new glasses. But this is her. She's also a realtor, and she sell bowls and all types of good goods. But this is her information, and what I'm going to do. Thank you. And what I'm going to do is put her stuff in the chat. So if anybody have any questions or anything, like what are your spiritual gifts? I don't know. Like tell me what are your spiritual gifts? I'm nosy like that. I'm going to put her information in the chat for those people who may be interested in getting a home or even getting some really cool glasses or just some accessories and like she sells bracelets. She makes her own bracelets. She I think it's some household goods, glasses, and she's a realtor and a full-time mom and wife. So just check her out and oh, thank you. I should word that like for another segment. But I really am looking to do StreamYard or something because I did StreamYard, but then it expired. So I was like, because I thought about paying that and then, so maybe I'm not that's not my gift or talent. So maybe you have a sister out. But I definitely want you to check her out. And that's her name. So check her out, please. And this is, I hope you can see it. So that's her. Now I don't know how if I can put a photo right here, whatever, but that's her. But she's really good. But I want to start doing more segments with entrepreneurs and people just doing things. And I do need to expand just a bit because these subjects are not just small subjects. And speaking of my spirituality, of course, I'm gonna get people who label me as this or that. I don't care about all that. I'm confident who I am. I know who I am, but God told me we good. But I love you and I thank you for your support. And thank. Okay, I'm reading this again. You know what? I may need to start back doing StreamYard. I may have to go back to that. So that's definitely something. Look, if you want to, kind of see, I would love some input because you just gave me some ideas. If you want to reach me, Urban, I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see. I don't know if we're friends on Facebook or not, but just follow me. Follow me on Facebook. One second. Follow me on Facebook, and you should see my picture, and so maybe we can chat, get some information. But yeah, so that most definitely just follow me on Facebook because that's the best way I know you can contact me for now without putting out too much information. But yeah, I definitely need to StreamYard again. I think I did okay with it, but it wasn't, I don't know. And maybe it's a platform I wasn't familiar with, and I really didn't do well with StreamYard, but I may try it again because I want to give y'all just the lowdown of these 4 segments I'm working on, okay? So, and I may do them on here or just an actual segment. See, other people don't get this. So, I want to speak about the red dress that's going to be speaking about once the children are down and what adults do. Yes, honey love. And I'm going to be speaking about the 80-20 rule concerning relationships and how sometimes when you are in the life coach is coming out now, but it is going to be concerning how you only get 80% of what you need in your relationship. And the other 20% sometimes is what's missing. And when people cheat and they go outside the relationship or they say whatever they're doing, they're looking for that 20%. But that 20%, you're gonna leave your 80% for your 20%. And your 20%, that 20% will leave you high and dry. Okay. So we're gonna talk about that. So I may actually do it on here. I think that may be fun to do too. And I actually that I do need to come on here more to speak about that. And yeah, it was the 80-20 rule with it was more the 80-20 rule was on the spiritual things. But this 80-20 rule is on relationships, on how people will only get 80% of what they actually need. But then they would go looking for the 20% when really you are the other 20%. See, is this a difference, right? Is deep. I haven't done the segment yet. And heart place. And if you are in a hard place with your partner, how do you get from that hard place? How do you get from that stuck place with your partner? And I'll be speaking on that. And also I'll be doing a Thanksgiving segment on today. I'll be doing a Thanksgiving segment concerning my mother. And I know it's gonna be one that's not gonna be easy to do, but I'm gonna do that one and looking to post it tomorrow. So working on some things, and also it's one on child support in a child support system and how the system is set up. And it's going to be with somebody if they come through like they said they would. And I'm looking to team up with an entrepreneur who's doing great things for the community. And so this particular season, I'm going to be speaking about the real sex talk, how you can, woo and how you can get it in. So I think the goofiness coming out. But anyways, I most definitely that I'm really excited. And the thing is I have to find a happy balance of recording and coming on here and doing it afterwards, maybe. I think that may work, but with me doing so many at a time, it's definitely something that I am. Hey, Smooth Carter, but I'm definitely in a place where I'm cultivating, learning how to do that and balance it out because it's hard for me right now to do that be a mother, do this and do this. I have so many things I'm doing. So I think I have to simplify. That's the word of the day, simplify. And I have to make time to come on here and do it as well. So that's the goal with coming into 2023, to actually do more videos that I actually, or the subject, to actually do the subjects that I'm speaking on the podcast. And I think that may actually, help hone in that gift and maybe spread more information too. So I'm looking for different ways to just to just put the information out. So anybody who's interested, anybody who may resonate with it, like they can get that. I have this whole left eye Aaliyah thing going on right here trying to. But anyways, I love y'all, and so be looking out for that. And I'm protecting my voice right now. It's been a little, so I have, that's my tea and everything. But just pray for me and lift me up in prayer, please. Good prayers. And pray that God continue to strengthen me, my mind, and my family. And I pray for your family, whether you celebrate it or not, Thanksgiving or not, just have fun. I'm going to be playing some vegan version of this green bean slate, that mixture. I may make a reel on it, but I'm just going to really do something fun for this Thanksgiving and not be so, you know, whatever. But I made this longer than I wanted it to. And it's okay. It's okay. But I thank everybody for showing their face and reach out to me. And oh, I just saw this. Oh yeah, Anchor. They actually, I think they share your information. They share your whatever you record, like to like six. Is it six platforms? 6 to 7 platforms. And so you don't have to do anything. All you have to do is record. Voila. You can add your music, edit. You can edit. You can do whatever you want to, and it's for free. So yes, if you want a podcast, you can actually do it for free on Anchor.fm. And you can download the app. They're going to ask for yeah, I believe your Gmail. They're going to ask for all that, and all you have to do is you can follow someone, or you can like someone. You can even message on. Someone can send a message on Anchor. So I've received a couple of those, but I'm looking to expand that even more in 2023, y'all. Let's get it. But anyways, I'm glad I'm in good spirits. Thankful to my partner for being there, and that's that time to encourage me. But continue to pray for me as I move forward in my journey, and I pray for your spiritual journey as well. But I love you. Really evaluate those things that you are really good at, and like see, are you using that gift? Are you sitting on it? Because if you're sitting on it, you may lose it. I love y'all. I'm trying to go down to these comments and see if I missed anything before I leave. I think, see, excuse my face, man. I don't hear y'all. Hope my lips not crusty. That was a really good question. All right. I think my lips will look crusty. Okay. You can see that though. All right. And I think this is on new Smooth Carter. Smooth Carter, have a good Thanksgiving. And whether you celebrate or not, because technically I really don't celebrate because of the history, but it's good food. Food is food. But anyways, I'll be good. And I may just go on and step out on faith and start making more videos on here instead of there. And so I need a partner. I need a partner to help me with this because I'm still learning. It's okay. And I don't neither. I don't celebrate because of the natives, and but I just cook. I definitely still cook though. And I'll be making, oh yeah, Fali. I said that a couple times. I'll be making some vegan spaghetti. you know, and I'll be making some vegan dressing, and I have like some faux chicken, and I'm going to put it inside of there, and I have some career sauce, some black beans. I made some cabbage, some grill, not grill cabbage. I just cooking on the stove, and cornbread. Well, rolls, of course, and I also have this Daya dairy free. I think this. Hey Rita, Sophia, could you go get that pie from the top? Whoever's fully dressed. Okay, go ahead. So it's some. I'm gonna show y'all.
What is it?
Could you go get that? It's like it's a Daya cheesecake something. It's in the freezer. Yes, sir, she got it.
Are you gonna make some spaghetti?
Yes, I'm gonna stop cooking today. Say hey.
Hey.
Okay, go back to your class. Thank you, young lady. Go.
I have a couple more minutes and hi y'all. Hi.
They can't hear you because it's a here. Say hey.
Go,
No, Rita. No. Hey. Say hey. Hey.
Hey.
Say hey. Hey.
Hey.
There we go. Thank you. I had it in because y'all were loud. But anyways, it's this. It's like the pumpkin spice that. So, anyways, they are finishing up schoolwork. And they are hungry, so I'm going to go ahead and feed them. Y'all, go back in the room.
I'll tell you when I'm done.
Okay, go ahead then. Really? I'm gonna kiss you. I'm gonna kiss you. I don't know why to kiss her every time. Why you throwing stuff at me? Oh, mean self. What's this? She threw a mask at me. I'm hurt. Anyways, I love him. You see how I smiled at the okay, anyways. Don't have a dull day. But anyways, I'm about to play some music, play some Prince, play some just I'm about to turn up, okay, in this house and cook. I'm not gonna go live. I'm just this is I need this space just to heal and be me. Anyways, I love y'all. But anyways, just know that we do have things in place as vegans. If you are a vegan, vegans do have things in place for us to eat, and they do have a vegan turkey. I don't know where is it. It's already like the dress is always in there. I don't know where it's at, but sis gonna make some work. You know what I'm saying? All right, make some vegan chicken sliders or something. We gonna do something big, okay? Gonna make it work. I love y'all. Until next time. See, the messed up my little piece, my little hair, my little hair out of place. Anyways, I will be doing more videos on here about what I, like things I post on here, and I just need to make that time out to do that. So that's something I'm gonna do, even if it's just a couple. And I think it may let you know what I'm speaking on the podcast if you're not going to that link. Anyways, thank you. Don't don't do that, Mike. Don't do that, Mike. Oh, no, don't do that. All right. Anyways, anyways, I love y'all. And also, just be encouraged and love on one another. And whatever you do tomorrow, have fun. All right. To next time, y'all. And thanks for new subscribers. I love you.